What's up everybody, Prepared Guy here once again, and today we're taking a look at the Blackfire BBM6414. Upon unboxing, you'll find the light itself with instructions, a C-type charging cable, a headband, and it's also powered by a built-in 2000 mAh lithium-ion rechargeable battery. And yes, for those of you who are wondering, you can charge this headlamp and use it at the same time. The headlamp is IP65 water resistant, has an impact rating of 10 feet, and weighs just under 4 ounces or just over 100 grams. I'll leave what little tech specs from the manual were available on the screen now, just in case I accidentally leave out any details, but you're not really going to get any more details from this manual because it's basically pathetic. During my runtime test, I ran the headlamp on the 800 lumen turbo mode and then allowed it to step down and drain the battery naturally. After a few minutes, the light started to ramp down slowly over the course of the test, which made for a runtime total of 4 hours and 40 minutes, which was 40 minutes longer than the runtime stated on the packaging.
Alright guys, now this just went out, so let's see if I can turn it back on. And you can turn it back on. That's pretty cool. Let's see how much longer it goes. Oh, I guess not. That's it. The little light's blinking, see?
During my thermal test in the 800 lumen turbo mode, the light got up to a max thermal output of 145 degrees Fahrenheit or 62 degrees Celsius after about 13 minutes of use. And during my recharge time test using the USB charging port on my Jackery Explorer 160, the headlamp recharged from completely depleted to fully recharged within 3 hours and 11 minutes. Now let's take a quick tour of the modes and general operation of the Blackfire BBM6414.
So now I'm going to walk you through some of the button pushes. There's just an individual button operation on the top of this. It has technically 4 modes, technically like 6 modes, technically like 5 modes. But anyways, so the first mode that you're going to have on this light is the turbo or the boost mode. That's 800 lumens with a runtime of 4 hours, and that activates the center spotlight inside and the little ring that's around there as well. You'll see that there's 2 other LEDs in there, and those are going to be the red LEDs, and those aren't currently active in the turbo or the boost mode. To cycle over to the next output, you can just hold it down. It goes into the standard spot mode. You'll notice that the inside light in the middle, the LED is lit up and the ring is not, and that means we're in spotlight mode. So that spotlight mode, we're currently in the high 600 lumen spotlight mode with a runtime of 8 hours. So when I went to cycle over, it shuts off, so you have to kind of cycle through and do it all at once. It's one of those jobs. So cycling through, 600 lumens drops down to the low 300 lumens, and then it drops down again into the 100 lumen beacon mode. So we have the high, and then the low, and then the beacon. Cycling through again. Here we go, hold it down. We're going to cycle over to the flood mode. Now you can see the ring is lit up there. That's the flood mode. That is the 500 lumen flood mode with a runtime of 5 hours, which is pretty darn decent for a little flood. And we're going to cycle down over to the low mode, which is 250 lumens with a runtime of 10 hours. And then we'll cycle over to the 30 lumen eco mode with a runtime of 27 hours, and that's also considered a flood. So that's pretty cool. You guys can see that ring. It's got 2 little C-type rings like there, so you go. All right, and then you hold it down again while the light is on. It goes into the red mode, and this is good for like map reading, or if you're reading a book in your tent at night or something, if you're going camping with this light. Pretty decent, 2.5 lumens, has a runtime of 56 hours, so you're basically not running out of juice anytime soon. That's over 2 days. And then it has the final mode, which is the red beacon mode, or they call it a strobe, but this is a beacon, and that has a runtime of 160 hours or 6 days and 16 hours. So you're going to get pretty good run time out of that as well. And one of my favorite features, of course, like I said before, is going to be the LED indicator lights on the side. It's pretty. Anyways, so guys, let's take this outside and see how bright it is.
Now let's do some beam shots. The Blackfire BBM6414 has an unspecified max beam distance and candela. However, it does utilize a cool white LED coming in at about what appears to be 6000 K. As you could probably tell from this review, the manual and website wasn't very helpful with specification information, so I'm winging half of this stuff. Guys, this is one of my pet peeves. This is the BBM6414. It's a flashlight that I'm reviewing right this second. Right down below, it says right on the website, right on the Blackfire website, that it is a lithium-ion battery. But inside the manual, what does that say right there? Internal battery is a lithium polymer battery. That's a totally different battery. And also, look at, it's the same headlamp. That is both. All right, guys, now we're outside with the Blackfire headlamp. I'm going to put this in the Spotlight Turbo mode. So this is the 800 lumen mode with a runtime of 4 hours. Okay, all you have to do to get to that mode is hold it down and it cycles through. So it cycles through. We're in the regular spot mode right now, then we're in the flood mode now, and then we'll go into the red mode, and then there you can toggle through and hold it down again. It's going to go into the Turbo 800 lumen 4 hour runtime mode. So this is pretty darn bright. So now I'm going to drop it down into the regular basic flood. This is your 600 lumen mode. I press it again, drops it down to the low 300 lumen mode. I press it again and it goes into the 100 lumen beacon mode with a runtime of 40 hours. So let's do that again. We have the, oops, where we go? Okay, so now we're at the 600 lumens, runtime 8 hours. Press it again, drops down to the 300 lumens, 10 hours, and then drops down to the beacon mode, which is 100 lumens, and that has a runtime of 40 hours. Very cool. So I hold this down again. Now we're in the flood mode. This is the 500 lumen flood mode. Press it again, it goes into the 250 lumen flood mode, and then we have the 30 lumen flood mode. So again, 500, 250, 30 lumen. 500 has the 5 hour runtime, 250 has a 10 hour runtime, and the 30 has a 27 hour runtime. Hold this down again, and now we are in the red mode, which you can't really see because we're 20 feet away from the railing in front of us. Now this is what I'm seeing with the naked eye. That's what it actually looks like for me. So 800 lumens, that's pretty darn bright. Let's take a little walk in the yard and see what this looks like. Now I just want to give you guys some perspective here. I'm gonna tune this in just right, but this is what it looks like when I'm walking with the headlamp, okay? So this is what it looks like for me with the headlamp on, walking around in my yard. And as you can see, I can see that tree right there. Looks good. And that's exactly what I'm seeing. You guys are seeing exactly what I'm seeing. Like I said, we're probably about 40, 50 feet away from those trees up there. And that marker is probably about 10 feet in front of me, 15 feet in front of me. So not too bad. So if you really needed to see, and look how far out this actually goes. You can actually make out the branches and everything pretty well on that bush in front of me. And that's probably about 40 feet away. You can definitely see in front of you though. It's not like you can't see. You can definitely see. It's a very cool white for the most part. It's like a, well, actually that's a little washed out. This is more or less what I'm seeing right now. And it's bright enough. This bush is about 10, 15 feet in front of me. So take a step back now, it's about 15 feet. Now those tree lines over there, that's probably about 300 or so feet in front of me. So that's pretty far out there. The tree line over here is probably about 150 feet or so. Like I said, it's more of a flood, less of a throw, but it does the job. You're camping, throw this on your head, you get 5 hours out of this mode. All right, guys, as you can see, coming in from the side over here, and this is the 800 lumen turbo mode. I can see up into the tree line there. It doesn't go that far, and the instructions were extremely vague, but I'll put the distance in after the fact if I find that information after I make this video. I'm gonna hold this down, and now we're gonna drop in to the regular spotlight mode. This is the high spotlight, and it's not too bad. And now we're in the low spotlight. And then this is what the beacon looks like from far away.
I'll hold it down again. And this is what the flood looks like. So this is what the flood on high looks like. I can actually see everything around me right now. It's actually really, really nice and bright. It's like not overbearing. It's really nice. I feel like if there's animals up in the woods over there, I'd be able to see their eyes light up really good with this. And now I'm gonna go into the red mode, and I can probably see maybe a couple feet in front of me. This red flood is 2.5 lumens, so it's not extremely bright, but it's bright enough where I can kind of see right in front of me in my hands right here. That's about it. Then I hold it down again. I'm just gonna go right into that 800 lumen turbo mode. It's a mixture of the spotlight and of the floodlight. So that's really, really nice. And that's what this looks like. Do a little spin and we'll look at the tree line. And that's pretty much all she wrote, guys.
My pros and cons are as follows. First, the pros. I really liked the long run times and the multicolored battery light indicator. That was really neat. It was neat. It really was. And the versatility and the durability were a huge plus, and the 10-foot impact rating alone was a great asset. That's what my script says. That's what I wrote down. See? As far as the cons go, if you're expecting this light to throw further than 100 feet, then you're going to be disappointed, because I could only see about 100 feet in front of me with the 800 lumen turbo mode on, which it's good, but it's not great. But if you're using this light for camping or working on a project in a close environment to what your project is, it will serve you well. Yeah, but don't expect it to be a thrower, because it's not a thrower. So if you're considering picking up a new headlamp for camping or around the workshop, then go ahead and grab one of these headlamps, because they're just $50 on the Blackfire website. As far as warranty information goes, the website said Blackfire will repair or replace their product under specific circumstances, and really didn't go into much detail further than that. I'll leave a link down in the description below if you want to check out this light some more. So I hope this video has been helpful. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And this has been Prepared Guy. And until next time, guys, stay prepared. They're great. I could do voiceover for, like, the tiger from the cereal, the flakes. Yeah, they're great. This flashlight is... All right, I'm gonna stop.
LED light meter on the side basically tells you what your battery is. It has a little meter that lights up on the side. It comes with a C-type charging port. You put that